What is up, everyone? Welcome once again on this exhausting Monday. On this exhausting Monday evening, let me quickly do my Twitter administration. It's already done. Oh man, today, whew, the whole day, I was a fireman, extinguishing fires here and there. That's what a businessman do, right? That's what a high-value engineer does, putting out fires. Crash, what is up? Welcome, man. Interstellar, let's fucking go. High-value engineers, software engineers. That's true. It is correct. Games are once again the boys back in town. Oh man, it's hot in here, man, and I'm literally tired today, man. Hey, but the show must go on. That's what I'm teaching you guys. The show must go on. There is nothing and nobody that can stop me. What is up? I'm going to call you Uptam. It's probably spelled wrong or pronounced wrong on my end, but hey. And today I'm going to talk about the Twitter firings also, maybe here and there, because there is so much shenanigans going on Twitter. Ay. And I think they are wrong. But Twitter is right, but I mean, the people complaining. Artisium. Nice, man. Artisium. I will remember. Kamal! The GOAT! Kamal the GOAT is here, the top chatter. I was looking in Nightbot because people are getting banned if they produce too much emotes, and I was configuring it so that you could produce more emotes before getting smacked, before getting clapped on the cheeks by Nightbot. And I saw the top chatter was Kamal, and I said, Kamal, my man. I see shenanigans directly. I came. Today's shenanigans, because I have literally no clue. Yes, we're gonna do decentralized poker shenanigans and talk about the Twitter firings. That's what we do, man. We don't shut up. We tell the people where it's at and that they need to stop crying. Wipe their tears and go find another job. That's what they need to do. Join the community, be high value, and find another job. Today, I found a bug after a few hours and I said, Yari. Yo, Wennis. I knew I was a high-value engineer right away. If you say yari, body yari, then you are a high-value engineer. It's true. You just delete the function, and it's fine. The bug is solved. All right, I'm gonna do this. I think it's test. Hop, and there should be elevated music, but not now. But it's cycling between these things. Yeah. Henrik Christensen, what is up, man? Welcome. It's time to relax, actually. All right. I think git log. Web player action. Yes, the actions, right? And then maybe a git status to see. Yes, all fine. Make run to be 100% sure. Corwin, the Apex legend GOAT, right here in the chat. And he can not only play Apex Legends as a legend, but he can also write amazing codes. Classical high-value engineer behavior. I mean, how much... You cannot deny it. Corwin cannot be denied. And if you cannot be denied, then you're doing a very good job in your life. Just watch your GoBank videos, love them. Hey, man. Thanks very much. All right, I think this is good. Pre-flop. Fine, pre-flop thing. And I think I'm going to release the next GoBank stuff tomorrow. I want to complete the series as fast as possible. Server, and of course on the other side, in the blue corner, in the red corner, we have server. And on the blue corner, we have the game state. Fighting. From Invisual Studio Code. 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100 a mixed martial artist with a black belt in Golang. What do you, a black belt? A black belt with at least 4 dans. Man. Yes. Okay. Cool. Let's. I need to try to brace myself and let's go. Okay. Player actions. Yeah. I think when we need to find out. So we actually let's recap. Right. Let's make run, and let me open up Postman. Open up Postman. In the cloud. Can you imagine? I'm still shocked that I'm using Postman in my browser. It makes no sense. Look at this shenanigans, man. Workspace. I need to click 10 buttons before I can actually do something. Alright, so we're gonna test a fault. Everybody is pre-flop, that's fine. But this guy don't want to play. Boom, because he had 7 deuce. 7-2. What this is, I have no clue. So he's folding. And that's fine, right? So he's folding here, so that's all Gucci. But a thing that cannot happen is, because it's his turn. But, wait, let me open up this... yeah. But, what if we say, for example... Wait, what do we have here? Let's go to main real quick. So this guy just folded, right? And then 7001. Let's try 7001, which is a guy that cannot fold because it's not his turn. And that's what we're going to fix. So we need to do 7001. Right? So he's folding and it's fine. It's going to work, right? You see? 4000 and 7000 have folded. And we need to make sure that we need to wait. Players need to wait turns, right? Server. And I'm thinking, where Interstellar try rapid API extension for VS Code. Yeah, I will look it up. Oh yeah, some people, some other guy told me that yesterday. So if you telling me also, I think it's time to do that. And to be honest, why don't do that right now? Install shenanigans, and then we're gonna say rapid API extension, rapid API ext. Is this sponsored stuff, man? This Azure? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is Microsoft. What the fuck is going on? Rapid API. Look at this. The WoW API. What the fuck? World of Warcraft API right in your VS Code. Oh man, I already had enough. I've seen enough. It's all Microsoft ads in your VS Code, and nobody has a clue that it happened, right? But I see it immediately that in IntelliCode, Microsoft, they put their own garbage package at the top. Can you imagine that? Okay, and Interstellar, I basically made Nightbot much more softer, and Interstellar is still being timed out. Guys, please focus on File Explorer. It's fine. It's fine, guys. I don't wanna. Okay, so we need to find some way to check the player action thing. Oh, do we have that actually? I forgot. Handle player action, I think it is. Handle player. It was yesterday, but I already forgot. Can you imagine? I think we have a fault, to be honest. Yeah, it's fault. Curl, yeah. Wait, I'm thinking, because this is going to be complex. So if we fault, we need to check. Let's make a new function. For example, g game. We could say something like can take action or something, and that's going to be a bool. We could say current. Oh man. Can take action. Of course, we need this from. From is going to be a string. From adder. You know what it means, right? From adder. Tomek, hi Anthony. Do you think that using GitHub Copilot Tab 9 helps you learn? No, that's garbage. I'm sorry. People that if somebody works in my company with Tab 9 or Copilot, he's gonna go home instead of go pilot, go home. The thing is, I mean, listen, there was a time, although I changed myself a bit, but there was a time that I disabled all my type hints, right? For example, I could do FMT, right? And then error F and all that stuff. And there was a big portion of my time where I disabled everything. And I made a lot of mistakes, but I learned a lot, right? That's why I know a lot of things in my head from the Go library, standard library, because... And also your typing, right? Because you're gonna be a better typer. Because I already feel by using again these type hints, right? You see error F, boom, and you have it, right? It's faster, but does it make you a better person, a better typer, a better, I don't know, not quite sure. And then the type hints, I think they're cool, right? I think it's nice. I think you need to use them. So I'm also using them. But those Copilot stuff, and Tab 9 even with this artificial intelligence, I think that's too much. It's going in the wrong direction, to be honest. Maybe if something for tests, right? And I think for tests it could be helpful. If some AI could inspect our code and could write amazing tests for it, man, that would be insane. I would pay a lot of money for that. I think everybody would pay a lot of money for that. But for these stupid type completions, no, man. I wouldn't recommend using it. It will make you lazy. All right, can take action. So from. So we need to know. Current player turn. Current player address is going to be G players list. It's not going to be from. No, it's going to be G current. Current player turn. Alright. And then we're going to say return current player. You see? Already in trouble. I just tapped. Look at this. Atomic compare and swap you with pointer. We're going to say return current player adder equals from. Man, this mic, man. I don't know. It's sticking in my face. Right, and then the problem is right now we have a very nasty thing because we should do fault and then we should say, for example, if G can take action, and then we say, wait, it's not here. I'm literally. Damn. How do we do this? We don't do anything. We need to make this, guys. We need to make this. We need to make... because here, look at here. So we handle the player message action, right? The message player action. Which is each time a player performs an action, a fault, a check, a bet, or whatever. It going to the server, and the server just logs it out. But we need to call the game state to do something with that thing, right? But what we could do is actually already here... We have a couple options, actually. We have a couple options. We could say if as game state can take action. Can we access it? What the hell? That's insane. Maybe this, right? If we cannot perform an action, we're gonna basically drop it, right? Should we perform an error? I don't know. Maybe. Player taking action before his turn. Actually, we cannot do that. And then we say from. What's going on here with set status, by the way? What's going on? What are we doing? Oh yeah, it's here. It's broken. Handle player action. Is it an error? Maybe. We could do a couple things, or we check it here in the server, and then if it's okay, then we call the action. Right? We could do return null here. Just gonna try to scaffold this, and then we could say here return as game state, handle player action, and then we'd say, actually we need the from, right? We need the from, eh? It's gonna be a string, and then we're gonna say here from and the action, which is the MSG, right? We could either do this, or we could say, yo, we don't need this, and we put this in here. Right? And maybe we don't do anything. I don't know. We can try, eh? We can try what's going on. And actually, we don't have... that's the thing. That's the problem I had yesterday, right? That's why I quit. Because we need to have these... current player turn. How are you gonna fix that? That's nasty. It's gonna be nasty. Wait, I need to think about this. So we deal. And we know the dealer, right? Let's make run and think about this. Shenanigans. Everybody is pre-flop. We know the dealer. If we know the dealer, we know the next player. But how do we know the next player? How do we set that? Wait, I think we could do something in Pre-flop thingy. Handle pre-flop, right? This game status handle pre-flop. That's a thing. Pre-flop. Because if it's pre-flop, we know that the dealing round is complete. Everybody's in pre-flop, so we know the next position. That's actually, that's as a nasty. It sounds simple, but it isn't. Status, game status pre-flop. We could assert here. That's nasty. We could say if. We could switch. Actually, we couldn't. We could say we're gonna do it nasty first and see. We're gonna say if s equals game status pre-flop. G current. Actually, we need to increment this. Current player turn. Do we actually access this variable? Set current player turn. Gonna be an it's gonna be the index, right? So if we set the player turn, it's going to be the index of the array, right? So 0 is the dealer, or 0 is the first player, right? And in the beginning of a newly created game state, it's gonna be the first index, the 0th index actually. We're gonna say an int32. Why? Because we're gonna copy. Actually, we don't need that. Atomic store. You see, then these completions are interesting because it tells you what's available. But if you, I swear to God, if you turn that up, do the do the challenge. No hint December, because November is already the 7th. So no type hint December. Turn off your type hintings and code a month for that, and you will see how much you will know, how much more you will think about stuff. Because sometimes typing is also thinking. In my case, right? That's why I sometimes type in intervals, right? A normal typist, a normal experienced typist will type like a machine gun. But most of the programmers, or at least if you're coding, you type in intervals like you're thinking constantly, right? You know what I mean? Oh man, I think that this is gonna look very odd on your end, but hey, at least it sits good in my head. Atomic store int32. Index. Is that a thing? Now we need to say G current player. What's going on here? Turn. It's gonna be an address, I think. And this is nasty, not gonna lie. This code, this piece, this is nasty, but hey. Current player turn. No, we're gonna say G sets. Yeah. Each time, is that true? Each time we are in pre-flop, we know that the current player, the next player basically, or the current player, the player that will need to take the current turn, is going to be the player after the dealer. That's true, right? That's the small blind. The small blind. Little boy. And that's each preflop. Do we have something to get the current dealer? And not the address, but the index. Current dealer. Yes! Haha! I'm so lucky today. Because for the same money, it was a string and now we need to do slash shenanigans. So it's good. So we're going to say current dealer. Actually, you could say dealer. Dealer index, by the way. That's professional. Going to be current dealer. What's going on here? Damn. Do we actually modify that variable? That's the first time I see this. I'm going to lie. Why do we assign this also? I mean, hello? Do we have some set current dealer? I'm confused. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna double check current dealer. Okay, we use that. Get the current dealer adder. That's okay. -1. Yeah, I see. I don't think we set that variable yet. We need to set that very soon. Cat, what is up, man? What is up? I saw the moment I saw your message in the chat, I instantly I snapped called you. Snap call, Cat. That's how fast I am. Although there is a little bit of lag between what you type and when I see it. I think it's very annoying. Even though there is no delay, but it's YouTube. YouTube shenanigans. All right, so current dealer. +1. This is current dealer +1, right? I mean, G current dealer +1. Lag snap. Yeah. Lag snap. Roshan Swain. Hey man, how's it going? Today is I don't know. It's not an off day, but I don't know what's going on. Today is a day I needed to extinguish a lot of fires. Because I have my own company and I have this YouTube stuff and I'm doing so many things at the same time that I'm basically sometimes get burned with. I need to put out fires. That's the life of an entrepreneur. The only thing you do is extinguishing fires. Fire here, fire there, some dispute there. People are crying there. Wipe their tears here, wipe their tears there. Wipe their asses because they can't. It's crazy. A high value engineer, a high value software engineer, literally carries his whole life on his back, right? Not only your life, but also the life of everybody else. Because if you're depending on anybody else, that's not good. You set the tone. You are the CEO of your life. You decide. You take everybody on your back and you carry them to victory. That's what we do in League of Legends. That's what we do in Apex Legends. That's what we do in every single game. We are the carries, right? We are the carries. We don't care about the other 4 players in League of Legends. We literally don't care. We will carry the game. And all these guys, I hope they play okay. The better they play, the better for us. But if they all suck, that doesn't matter because we are going to carry. And that's what you need to do in life. Management. That's actually the Corwin. That's the how do you say that? The clean word for it. The nice word, but actually it's a fireman. You're literally a fireman. It's insane. And can you imagine that you have 2 kids and a dog? It's actually crazy. It's a fucking Ark of Noah. But hey, and today was one of these days, people. Today was crazy, man. But oh, it's fine. Now we're here. We have this nice elevator music, and we can zone in. in decentralized poker. Because we are no joker. Let's go. And for the people, because I know I'm also an analytics boy, and I see on my YouTube analytics page, I see that there are a lot of people watching and enjoying the show, but they are not subscribed. Guys, consider subscribing if you like the content that I'm providing to you. Hop into the Discord. Have some fun. Extract some knowledge. I'm gonna teach you everything. I even have a Patreon page. Check it out. No strings attached. Yet. Alright. And I'm not only going to teach you how to code. Guys, you know that. People that know me, I'm going to teach you everything. How to be a unit in the gym. How to be mentally strong. How to market yourself. How to set the tone. And it's for real. No fake guru. Literally no fake guru. Okay. FG, we need to go back to this thingy. Atomic store in 32. But I'm still loving you. Alright. Is this gonna work? G set current player turn. Current dealer +1. This actually sounds too easy for me. Okay. Let's just test it. Sometimes you just need to go with the flow, and it is what it is. Oh damn, we still have... Oh no. Nobody saw anything. We had a Dietary condition once again, and we need to fix that. It's in our... Make sure... Fix possible Dietary condition where multiple of the same addresses are in the players list. I just see it. It just happened once again. Okay, so normally if we fault a player that cannot fault, we should have issues. Let's fault this guy. Okay, cool. Hey, handle. You see this? Handle message error. Player taking action before his turn. But he's folded. That's not code of a high value engineer. Can't take action. Let's have regex video in main channel, man. I'm suffering due to that. Let's have a regex video, man. Regex. Ugh. That's why there is no, because it's ugh. To be honest, guys, I just copy paste my regex. I'm gonna be honest. You know, I'm an honest person. I'm always telling or trying to tell the truth. And I'm a regex copier. I'm a copycat. I copy regex. I'm searching literally the whole fucking internet to find the regex. And yeah, I'm sorry. Current player address, and then, but we return here, right? Why is it folded? Oh yeah, of course. Because we set our own status. Yeah, I see. Wait, so we are setting our own status. That's not... Wait, what's going on here? I'm confused. Let's do it again. Yeah. Too many logging. I'm gonna change this. It's too confusing. So these four guys are in equilibrium. That's fault. What's going on? Okay, we're gonna do something else because we have no clue. So what we see here is basically each server printing his state. but that's his state. But what state do the others have of him, right? I can think that I'm the best of the best, which is not, but I can think that. But that does not mean that somebody else thinks the same, right? And especially in a distributed, decentralized environment, somebody can be malicious and could say, yeah, I'm ID2, I'm folded, but the other people think, yo, boy, you're not folded. You just went all in, and you're gonna lose, or something like that. So we need to fix that. I want to see the statuses, right? So we have this players map. Maybe we should add the status here. Can we do that? Tomek, do you have any plans to write a front end to this game? Well, that's a good question. Maybe I'm gonna do it. Not quite sure. For me, the main challenge is to make this backend thing done, and then the front end, maybe some community member can do that if he wants to, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe we do it. Depends on what you guys want to see. Joe Boyle, can you explain in what sense the program is decentralized? Because it's peer-to-peer, right? It's peer-to-peer and decentralized. What basically means is, in a classical poker game, in a classical any multiplayer game, if you want to take an action, you send your request to a centralized server, right? There is one centralized authority that's basically going to validate that if what you sent the server is actually true, because that server holds the state, right? If you play any game, you send your packets to the server, and the server will determine, yes, you have this diamond sword with 900 HP, or no, you have a wooden stick. And you cannot cheat, because the server will verify that. This game is a decentralized poker game, which basically means that we don't send to a centralized server. We send our state to everybody else. And everybody else sent his state to everybody else. So we validate each other. There is no centralized server. If I'm folding and I want to say, hey, yo, I'm folding to everyone. If somebody bets 50k, that guy is sending that to everyone without a centralized authority. And if we deal, we do this dealing shuffle round where the dealer starts shuffling the deck and encrypt each card, sends that to the next player. That player cannot see the cards. He can only see the encrypted version. He's going to shuffle and encrypt each card again, and we're going to go the whole table clockwise. And then they will exchange keys, indexed, and blah, blah, blah. That's how that dealing works without a centralized dealer. How does a random number generator work in a decentralized game like this? Just like it normally would, because you don't run on a blockchain, you run on a normal machine. So you can use any random number generator you want. There is... somebody generates it random on his computer, right? If I shuffle, if I'm player 1 and I shuffle, I have my own random pseudo-random generator. And I shuffle it according to my seed, or not a seed, but according to my random stuff. And then I'm going to send it over to player 2, and he's going to shuffle it with his random stuff. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's not a game that runs on a blockchain where you don't really have random. You cannot really have real random numbers unless you use an Oracle or something, Chainlink or Pit in Solana. Because my first idea was to make it on Solidity itself, but that's too complex and that's unneeded, right? That's the problem in the blockchain space, is that everybody thinks you need to make a game on a blockchain to make it decentralized. That's not true. That's not true. Yeah. What we're gonna do is we're gonna the betting, right? The betting is something that's what we're gonna we need to handle that in the blockchain with a smart contract or something, right? Where we can Because, to be honest, this game depends as how this game is going to work honestly. Right? We already know that shuffling the cards is going to be honest. Nobody knows what the hell is going on, right? Nobody can see my cards. Nobody can see. It's all encrypted, each with his key. And everybody can remove a lock and share this index keys to see a certain cards. And if you want to see the flop and the river, which is basically accessible for everyone, everybody can share this key, blah, blah, blah. Something like that. I will link that encryption consensus mechanism, so to say. I will link that in the description. It's from Virtue Poker, right? I didn't invent it. It already exists. And that's what we're going to implement for the shuffling mechanics. But besides that, it all depends on mutable benefits, because maybe with a staking mechanism where everybody stakes his money if you place a bet, and if somebody is I don't know, malicious in some way, I don't know how that can happen. We will figure it out. As it is, we could implement some mechanics where I don't know, where he loses money or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's all based on mutable benefits. If I'm malicious, if I want to break the game, well, then I don't play the game. So if I cannot play the game and I break the game, then those players will continue without me. You know what I mean? So if I want to play, I need to be honest. Something like that, if you know what I mean. That's the same thing as doing business. Your best business partner is the partner who has mutable benefits with you. Because he will not scam you, because then he will lose you as a mutable benefit. He will use the benefit he gets from you. So why would he scam you if you have to offer him something? You know what I mean? That's why people cheat each other. Let us be honest. Oh, my girlfriend cheated on me because you don't have mutable benefits. So you're missing something. There is no respect or something. I don't know. Maybe you're not jacked, and she wants a person that's more muscular. Maybe you're a lazy man in the house, right? You just work 9 to 5. You come home and you don't do anything. You just play Modern Warfare 2 with the boys on Discord, and you're 35 or you're 28. I mean, I'm not a girl, but if I was a girl, I don't think we had mutable benefits, right? But if you are a high-value software engineer, jacked as fuck, right? With the Ninja Turtle back and the fucking V-shape, so you can fly like a squirrel, and you make fucking monies in the bank, she has mutable benefits. She won't cheat you because there is nobody else that can offer what you gave her, if you know what I mean. Think about that. Think about that. Will you handle head-to-head game? Yeah, head-to-head. That's a good question. What is a quorum then? That's a good question, Corbin. Well, the dealing mechanism stays the same. But in what sense can we cheat, right? In what sense can a player trick somebody? If we play head-to-head, and our shuffle mechanism is already... That's waterproof, right? Because that's already in production in another poker game, Decentralized, so that's working. If we implement that, which we do, then that's waterproof. So then it's my turn, right? How can I cheat? Because I cannot cheat the cards. That's for sure, right? Because if I want to cheat the cards, then I need to encrypt your PC and I don't know. What could we say? I have no clue. I'm not thinking too deeply about it, but if you know something, what could go wrong in that case, that could harm the other player, that you can break the game, maybe that's true, right? If you, unless everybody implements the same source code, right? That's why Bitcoin works, why it works. But if everybody has this Bitcoin logic, then it's all right. Of course, there are going to be faulty nodes, but with adjusted code, with tampered code to whatever, to do what they're trying to do. And you could do it with this game also. But the question is, what would you change to scam people? What would you change in this code to win a game? That's the question. Especially if we integrate the payment system with the Solidity smart contract, where, for example, everybody stakes, and by the end of the game, everybody needs to send us quick message that, okay, it's good for me, for example. Everything is fine. But unless we have a certain error that something is not quite right, because honest nodes can implement that, right? They can implement that code for, oh, I'm receiving a message that actually is not good, or it's not its turn, or he whatever. Then they could lock or vote or something, I don't know. But indeed, if your heads up, then you don't have a quorum, right? That's also true, but you know what I mean? That there will be a solution to fix that. And yeah, just thinking out loud here. And now I have no clue what I was doing. Yeah. I see this player status. I wanna see this. Yeah, that's very important. How do we gonna do this? I think it's in this loop, in this for selecting here, in this for, and we say players. Damn, that's just a list. God damn it, we don't have the status. Damn, our previous implementation was better. God damn it, how do we... Alright, I have an idea. I think. Do we use this players ready, by the way? Yeah. There's gonna be type. What's gonna call? Player actions received. Yeah. Man, oh. Man, what's going on? My body is... I'm falling apart. My eyes are itching. My throat is... what's going on? Player actions received. So we're going to keep track of all the actions we receive from players. So it's going to be for sure... received actions. That's going to be a map of... I think we need a string, right? So we're going to... Ice Bear. Welcome, my friend. And especially for you, I configured Nightbot. So you won't... Here is my 6. I think it's 6. So 5 is okay, Ice Bear. How do you manage to get timeout each time? I think it's 5. I think 5. Can you do me a favor and try 5? I think you're gonna get timed out for a very long time if that fails, but hey. Map string. That's gonna be a player action, I think. Can we have multiple actions in the same round? Probably we do. I'm not quite sure about that, so I'm just gonna try with a single thing. So I'm gonna say there's gonna be... do we use pointers for this? I don't think so. Player action. Like this, right? And we're gonna lock this thing. Actually, PA or something. Player action. I think I'm gonna use... Are we using point? We use pointers, by the way. But I don't think this player action will be a pointer because it's coming from gob decoding and encoding. And gob doesn't encode in pointers. Not sure, not sure. I think player action, I'm gonna say add action. Man, what's going on with my typing? Not on point today, not gonna lie. Action. Mu lock. Man, what's going on here? I'm gonna say defer. PA mu unlock. Yeah, it's probably it's complaining about the pointer. Pretty sure. Wait. Oh man, I'm literally trash. Player actions received. All right. Yeah, lock by value. I knew that is gonna happen. Let's do it like this. We can use pointers here because player actions. It's my mistake. Player action is getting sent over the wire, but player action we don't. That's this, and then we're gonna say. Is it still not fixed, the Nightbot? Then I don't know what's going on. It's probably because you're on the blacklist or something. I don't know. Add action. So we're gonna say receive actions. PA actually, and it's gonna be a V here. Actions. We're gonna say you need to know from, right? Let's make it action, that's better. We're gonna say from, it's gonna be action. And we also need to clear that stuff, and yeah, I know. All right, so now we can add actions. First of all, we need to actually instantiate that bad boy. In game. It's gonna be players received player actions maybe. Like this, and then we're gonna say here received player actions is gonna be. Damn, you need to. Let's make a quick constructor real quick. Yeah. Man, I think it's so hard to so such a nasty word to type, not gonna lie. It's gonna be n player actions received. And we're gonna say that the received actions is gonna be make me a map of string with a player action. Yeah. Can take action, handle player action. That's pretty nice, right? So we could say here, can take action from. Let me quickly try something. A logrus, because it's getting very nasty. Log with fields, right? With fields. I'm gonna say info. Received player action. Yeah. Logrus fields. And then we're gonna say from. It's gonna be from. What's going on here? Fields. First, we're gonna check, before we're gonna add that to the map, we're gonna quickly check if we actually call this function properly. And no data is conditions yet, it's fine. You see, it rarely happens. But still. How are we gonna do this? I think I need to open up Postman. And of course, 7,000 will fail, so I'm gonna try with the 4,000 one. Right? That should be good. That's not true, right? This is fault. This is not good. Handle message error. So player 4000 taking action before his turn. Man, where is this thing? Let's see. It's gonna be. Do we have something like current player turn? Yeah, it is. Make run. Okay, this is an next player turn is 0, which is 3,000, right? That's not correct. Oh man, what's going on with this OBS thing? So that's already an error. Yeah, of course, yeah, I see. It's not used because the whole function is not used. I know. Do we set this thing? We don't set this thing. We set this thing, of course. If the game set is pre-flop. Ah, I see what's going on. Yesterday I talked about it. Yesterday I talked about this thing. And now I'm making the same mistake. So we have this set status, right? This is the public one. But they are basically all accessible. But still. Yeah. This set status is not getting called externally. This is getting called internally. But we set the preflop state here. Here in server. You see? Wait, where is here? You see? Here. Right, so it's calling that set status, which also calls our set status, right? So what am I saying? Of course, we call the same thing. Of course, it will get executed, but still, it's not setting the current player turn because it's current dealer +1. So why is that 0? Yeah, it's this one, yeah. Oh, It's this, of course. -1, so we set to 0. That's because we don't... A lot of people will ask, why is this dealer -1? And if you asked me this 4 days ago, I could probably answer it. But I think it's because... we set this to -1 to determine if the game... Actually, it's such a bad thing that I did. But my logical thinking was this. If we have a new state, that basically means if everybody boots up a new node to play poker, then we set the current dealer to -1. So then we can check in the code. Oh, if the dealer is -1, that basically means the dealer will be the first in the list, which is the index of 0. And from then on, we can keep track, right? Then we can say the next dealer is 1, 2, 3 in the list, and then go back to 0 and iterate clockwise according to the players on the table. That was my thinking. So if it's -1, I know it's a fresh state, and then we take the first one. But of course, then we need to increment this already, right? And set it to 0. And you could say, why do you do this? You could even set it to 0 and use something like another state variable to determine if the game is freshly booted or not. You see, that's a paradigm, right? What is good and what is wrong? Is my idea bad? Probably it is, because I already a mistake, right? You see here, right? If G current dealer is bigger than -1, then we get the current dealer. What the hell's going on? Herbenko. I see smoke, fire, and violence. Oh, never mind. Just a high-value software engineer at work. And that's exactly true. I'm so happy that you can spot the high-value engineers from a distance. And I'm going to just try to fix this, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Twitter firing stuff. Because I think it's a very important lesson for everybody. Also for you guys, for my community. I want to educate you about that. Of course, it's a personal opinion. It's a personal opinion. So you can take that with what you want. And we can discuss. We can discuss. It doesn't matter. No bad feelings. But first of all, wait. So we say if it's bigger than -1, then we get the current dealer. Because then we know... Current dealer is the first. We're gonna use an if else. It is. I try to avoid it, but we can't. We can't. We're gonna say if. We can avoid it. I try to avoid them. I actually rarely write if else in Go, at least, because you can return so early, right? If G current dealer equals -1, then we're going to say that the current dealer is basically the first in the players list, and then we're going to say that the G current dealer, set current dealer, set, we don't have set, well, and else, we're going to say, wait, you could avoid an else, but you don't need to avoid else. There is no need to explicitly go into Is there a case that you could say, yeah, but it's -1, but what if it's -2? I know, but it's not going to be -2, man. It's not going to be -2. Nobody, if that's -2, then I don't know what's going on. Then the program can crash. Then it can just crash, because if that's -2, something is bad. Something bad happens. For some reason, if for some reason, this... I'm stuck. What's going on? It's my caps lock is going on. So yeah. So if the current dealer is -1, then we're gonna say that the current dealer is the first in the players list, and then we're gonna say that we need to plus this guy, but we can't because current dealer is atomically accessible. Actually, it isn't. It doesn't need to be because nobody. No. We're gonna. We could do ++, but we don't need to. We can say 0. And you can actually make something like this to make it even more. To make it even more. Sometimes I smile if I'm writing bad code. Then I'm just smiling because... Where is the rest of my code? What's going on? What's going on? What happened? Who's... Look at this. What the fuck? This Visual Studio Code, man. Sometimes I press my tab, and then each time I do the U for undo, right? Letter U for undo. Then it's going to join these things. It's nasty, and then all your code is oh man, it happens a lot, man. It's and look at this now. I'm. This whole function is garbage. Is gone. That's right. Yeah. You see, I'm not the only one struggling sometimes. You're not the only one struggling sometimes. Everybody is struggling, man. Hey, so G current dealer -1. Yeah, then we're gonna say that the current dealer, right? We're gonna make it back like it was, and then we're gonna say current dealer is basically G current dealer, right? Current dealer, like this, right? Current dealer should be atomically accessible. we deal with that, guys. No worries. What's going on here? Because cannot use a string. Yeah. I see. Yeah. Oh man, sometimes players list G current dealer. Right. That's what we had, right? You just got hit by caps lock. It's sometimes, I swear, it's because, I don't know, my A key, and then you press accidentally your caps key, and then you press U, and then you're all oh man, it happens I think once a day, maybe, or maybe at least a couple times a week. And I actually don't use my caps lock, to be honest, so I maybe need to unbind that stuff. I never use it. I'm still that guy that presses shift with both hands sometimes to write capital letters. That's why I suck at writing a full sentence with capital letters, because I'm shifting it with my pinkies, which is completely bad behavior. You should just press your caps lock and then type and then press it again. But man, we all have our awkward behavior, right? All right, so get current dealer address. Now I'm totally forgot what I'm gonna do here. Yeah, because yeah, it's yeah, okay. So I need to increment here. Yeah. Now I'm back. I'm back in the game. I'm so sorry because it's sometimes it's super hard, man. If you current dealer, yes. So we need to do. Let me put this so nothing happens. We're gonna say if the G current dealer like this is gonna be -1, right? Which basically means that we're gonna say that the current dealer is the G players list 0. And then we could say G current dealer. Yeah, that was his nasty shenanigans, is 0, right? Or ++, but it makes no sense to do ++ because you're not in a loop or something. I mean, this basically means give me the first at the list so we can do this, right? It does not matter. And then we could say, you could say else. And you could say an else if. But right. I'm thinking because it should be bigger. What's the best to write? I think you could do just this, right? I don't think it matters. Yeah, I see what we're doing. I see what they're doing. This is completely different. This is a current dealer. This is the most simple thing. What's going on? Where are my superpowers? Oh, this is the most simple thing in the fucking world and I cannot even make it work. Can somebody fire me? What is the best way to... Apparently not on this channel. What is the best way to learn Go for people new in programming? Of course, the best way to learn Go programming, besides these last 1 minute where I'm trying to make the simple thing work, is my channel. My community, jump into the Discord. That's the best way. To follow all my tutorials that are on YouTube. And a lot of programming, my man. That's what you need to do. Just try to follow these tutorials. Try simple, but do a lot of stuff. And make sure what you're doing gives you dopamine. That make sure you can see stuff happening on the screen. So you feel good and you can keep going. That's important, right? And if you're learning Go, go to the Discord and me and the community will make sure you will get your stuff done. That you will get this, that you will learn how to program in Go. You're fired. Store the RAM number in the game. I know, but I have something in my head that I wanna get into play mode. Oh, guys, what is going on, man? So what I'm actually trying to do, right? It's basically very simple. I just need to increment the this G current dealer, but I'm getting brain fucked by this variable, which is current dealer, right? This is calling current dealer, but it's not the current dealer. It's the current dealer address. This is the current dealer. It's the G current dealer. That's an int32. And that's what's confusing me, because we need to rename this to current dealer address. So we could say that the current dealer... This makes more sense. This is better to read. Why are we... We need to go to... We need to have some lessons from the Ruby community. How to name variables. And you see, I was laughing and I was joking about these guys, but we have an issue with variable namings. So if the G current deal is bigger than this. You could do like this, right? You could say, actually, you could assign it to a... you could do this. I never do these things, but hey, why not? Wait, I'm thinking, can I... Yeah, I see. Can we do something else? We could say... Why do we even set this -1? We could always say that it's... Why do we this -1? Makes no sense. Because I was willing to write the code that if the current dealer is -1, the current dealer is 0, and then we could just... Otherwise, the current dealer is just the current dealer. It's the same thing as just putting this to 0, right? I mean... Bad idea. Bad decision. Where is this -1? We could say just 0, because if we bootstrap the game... We know that's going to be the first in the list. Which is the 0th index. So why is this -1? Why did nobody stop me from doing this a couple days ago? That's the question. Get the current dealer address. It's easy. Look at this. That's the current dealer address. Right? Simplifying code. Easy. I knew something was not right. That's why I was struggling. It makes no sense, and I was laughing. What the hell am I doing in this function? What's going on here? Current dealer is this, right? And of course we need to increment this guy, but not in this round, right? Not yet. Not yet. It's going to be 0 until we say so. And the whole problem is solved. Literally our whole problem is solved. Make run. Sometimes complex things can be easy. Yeah, there is an amazing class on Udemy. Like that is possible. But as long as they don't make blockchains from scratch, exchanges from scratch, decentralized poker engines from scratch, they're trash. No, it's not true. That's not true, guys. I take that back. I take that back. That could be an amazing class, and we need to respect that. And we need to respect that. We cannot talk trash. This should work. That's good. This guy can fold because he's the next in the list. But. The next thing we need to do is do we increment this thing? Current player turn. Set current player. I want to see. Yeah. I'm not quite sure of this logic. I'm not quite sure of that. It's working, but I'm not quite sure. Because now if somebody takes action. That's here, right? That's in this action thing. Do we handle an action? Handle player action. Here, receive player action. Whoa. What's going on? Damn it. I'm gonna see if that's getting logged out. I know exactly what to do. Guys, normally I prepare a little bit before stream so I can have a better flow in what I wanted to do and how I need to do things. So but today I was a fire extinguisher. So I had no time to prepare anything. So this is completely without... We have a data risk condition. God damn it. Again. There's an amazing Udemy class. No man, you are a problem solver, the best I know. Stanislav. Thanks for your answer. Actually, I know the basics, but I still can't understand concurrency. Did you follow? Did you check my my streams about Golang for beginners, because we do some concurrency there? Then concurrency for beginners, and then the channels. If you watch these three, I swear to God, did you watch these three? I want to know, because if you, then I made a big mistake. Then we have still this data risk condition. What's going on? 2 times in a row. What the hell? The chance you hit a flush is higher than hit this data risk condition 2 times in a row. Will we have... Is it going to happen 3 times? No. Are we going to fix this bug, right? It's in my to-do list here, in my Jira. Look at this. Jira in VS Code. You see, even stack traces and everything. Look at that. Amazing. We need to fix that because it's annoying me. And I think it's an interesting stream because it's going to be very in-depth fixing that. In depth. I mean, it could be, or it's being fixed in 10 seconds, or it's being fixed in 10 episodes. It's one of the two, the former or the latter. Why is this K here? Look at this guy. What is he doing here? It's because I see. Damn. Today, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm not. My brain is. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Sometimes there are these days, man. There are these days that the next player turn. Okay, so the next player turn is 1. That's basically index 1 of the list. That's perfectly fine. That's 4,000. It's all good. Everybody is happy. Equilibrium. Harmony. Yes, fault this guy. And then we should receive a player action. And each time we receive a player action, we're gonna save the player action, and then we're gonna set the next game, the next player turn, increment that, right? I think that's a good idea. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's a good idea. And I'm so happy because I see the end. I see the light by the end of the tunnel. Boom. Received player action. Everybody received a player action, right? From 4,000. Yes, you see? Let me quickly stop this thing. VS Code, can you listen? So, received a player action from 4,000. What did he do? Folded. We are 3,000. Fine. And then the same thing for 5,000 and the same for 7,000. Of course, 4,000. I mean, he's not going to send a message to himself. He knows that. He will... He already set the status, right? He set the status itself. Set status directly when he clicks fold. And I think we need to do a check so that clients are notified that if they want to perform an action before it's their turn, they will get notified that it's not their turn, and then they can handle that in the UI and all that stuff. But hey, that's Ice Bear. Good night, man. Thanks for dropping by. I see you tomorrow, or on the Discord, or in my dreams. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Good dreams. Not. I know you guys make these visualizations right now. That's actually not safe for work, but hey. Yes, game state. Let's do it quickly, and then we're gonna talk about the Twitter firings, and yes, then we have a good time, right? Player action here. Yes. Yes. Can take action. Perfectly fine. Lockers with fields. I hate this. I don't know what it is, but I hate this logger. But I also love it. You see, I'm in a hate-love relationship with this thing. I don't know what it is. There are better solutions, by the way. If you use Golang, you wanna use a logger. In production, I would use maybe Zap from Uber, but I hate Zap. But hey, Zap is the fastest one, I think. I think Zap it's a fast motherfucker. Not gonna lie, zappy. But the question is, why do you need a fast logger? If you're just building something for a HTTP service, it doesn't really matter, guys. Listen, it doesn't really matter. But if you're using, I don't know, if you want to log for something for IoT or something that needs to be very fast, then I would recommend a zero. It's a zero allocations logger. It uses zero allocations. Well, that's what they assume. Or maybe an almost zero allocations logger. Not quite sure. You should benchmark that to see how many allocs it's doing. Yes, we're gonna set. We're gonna say G. And of course we need, yeah. We're gonna say, how does this thing called? G players. Receive player actions, is that? Yeah. Wait, we don't have a way to add. Yeah, we have. How is it called? Receive actions. Is that? Add action. Yes. It's gonna be the action. It's probably from, and then we're gonna say action. Oh, it's a player action. I see. Of course, I don't want a player. Yeah. We don't want this. We don't want this. We want a message player action because we also want to see what's inside of that thing. Yeah. Message player action like that. And then we're gonna say the same thing like this. Hop. Fine. And then we're gonna say it's the. Yeah, I benchmarked. It's really fast and null allocations or one allocation. Kamal. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. I know it's very fast, but I don't really like it. It's unless it's neat. For example, in a trading engine, if you want to log in a trading engine, which I don't do in my series, but hey, it's not. I mean, it's for educational purposes, right? But if you want a real production trading engine, you should use a zero allocations logger or something that comes very close. But everything in your web servers or in your microservices, unless it's, you shouldn't use it. It's so hard to use. It's you need to specify these types and all that bullshit. Well, if you want to use it, but I don't know how you can achieve zero allocation like that. So let me tell you a secret. What I did, yeah, there are some cool tricks. Years ago, I was a guy that always, and I'm still actually that guy. You know, there are people that are coders and they love to build stuff, right? They love to build a website or they love to build a project, and they use third-party APIs and packages and to make their life easy. But I was always the guy. I never did that. I always made my own frameworks. I tried to mimic a Kubernetes framework back in the day, but it was not Kubernetes, it was etcd stuff, like this distributed key. I think Kubernetes is using it. etcd, the distributed key value store. I was making that myself. I was making my own web frameworks in Golang. I was that guy. And I was always trying to achieve 0 allocations, especially with my router that I made back in the day. I remember that. It's Weavebooks. Let me... when I'm done, I'm going to try to find it, if the repo still exists. I'm not quite sure if it still exists. I think... Wait, let me quickly see, because I'm curious. Let me quickly see. That would be nice. Nice to see. Weavebooks. Let me see. If that still is a thing. Get up. I don't know if it's... I think it was its own, my own organization that I made for Weavebooks. Weavebooks... Bubblebot. Yeah, I got it. Look at this. Weavebooks. 7 years ago. Guys. Weavebooks. It was 20s. It was not... It's 20s, but that's my other... I don't think it exists anymore. Is it the same? I think it's my same. Not quite sure, but I can swear to God that I made this. That's for sure. Look at this documentation. I swear, Weavebooks, and it's the same thing like Echo. You see, you could do app post, app use middleware. Friends is app box. Friends, and there's like these sub-routers thingy, and all that stuff. You could do context and for yeah. That I think there are better approaches right now, but hey, still I was learning. Look, 7 years ago, I have these. I could do templates and everything. Look at this. You could make your own templates and render these index pages and everything. It was crazy. But wait, what I'm doing, I can remember that I'm for these allocations, right? That was the thing. Let me. I even have a bench test. Look at this. This guy is amazing. I'm so smiling because I remember it if it was yesterday. 20s. Is that even a thing? I think it's my previous name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let me quickly open one thing to show you. I think I don't know where it is, but I use something like... Oh, it's already HTTP 2. I remember. Why are we doing this? WGAd. Man, this is crazy shit, man. I was... What the hell? But I'm using something for the middleware, I remember. Man, this is... I need to read this because this is interesting stuff. Where are my routers? Here, in the Weavebooks, probably. And you see, this is actually... this was a package, right? I mean, look at this documentation. Where did I copy it? I did something special. I remember that. Wait, let me quickly. If I cannot find it, then you guys could check it out, right? I mean, and you're gonna lie, frameworks are copying this, eh? I mean, look at these new frameworks. Go Fiber. 7 years ago, these guys were still in their diapers. They were still in their diapers. It is what it is. All these frameworks, these guys were still writing JavaScript. And I was already making this. I was already setting the trends 7 years ago. 7 years ago. Look at here. There's no... I cannot lie. It's here. August 2015, boys. All these frameworks, Go Fiber, and all that shenanigans. They were still in their diapers. Shitting in their pants. Watching Dora the Explorer. And I was setting the trends. Haha! But where is the thing? I wanna find this. I remember that I did something special. And I wanna show you this. Yeah, this is already... But where did I do this? I was using a specific Golang function that nobody uses. Just to make it more performant. Where is middleware, man? It's not middleware. I should search. Wait, do I have something else here in that folder? Template. Examples. Weavebooks. Template. Is it here? I don't think so. I don't know. Let it be. Let it be what it is. I just want to show you that. Check it. Bubblebot. That's my company I worked for. Let us check what is this going on. Bubblebot. What are you guys doing? I think this is my previous name then. No. This was it was a thing. Bubblepost, the company I worked for. Again, I told you before, and again, facts. Amazing, man. These are memories. I'm not gonna lie. These are memories. These are legit memories, man. Weavebooks. It was 7 years ago, and check the code. Copy. It's probably trash. It's not trash. I can swear to God it's not trash, but where is the chat? I'm gonna put it in the chat. What's going on here? So many windows open. Here. Boom. Butts. Weavebooks. Check it out, boys. The trendsetter. The one and only. So consider subscribing. Joining the Discord. Give me a thumbs up if you want to learn how to be the GOAT. Mentally, physically, but also programmatically. Hey, and maybe funny. I don't know. Yeah. And what we also maybe gonna do sometimes, I'm not quite sure. Maybe in the Christmas period. Of course, I'm gonna be a Christmas. How do you call that? Like Santa. I'm gonna be Santa. I'm gonna be streaming as Santa. Of course. Hey guys, of course, but we're also gonna do something fun. I don't know. I think a lot of people playing games in the community. We're gonna play games. Maybe we should do. I'm gonna stream and everybody can join in a game of League of Legends, or we're gonna play. I don't know, whatever game, Apex Legends. I don't care as long as we have fun, right? We're gonna be the group of the high value engineers, and we're gonna dump everyone. We're gonna shit on everyone. You know what I mean? That's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be so fun. Of course, we cannot do that every day because we need to learn, but. We're gonna do that. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And we can cycle, right? And if a lot of people want to join, then we will cycle. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna do that in the Christmas period, in the vacation, right? That's what we're gonna do. Amazing. Okay, cool. So this bubble thingy, right? I just want to show you guys this. Yeah. So we're gonna quickly fix this, and then we're gonna talk about the Twitter shenanigans. Are you going to do Advent of Code? Yeah. Yeah, I thought Terry already mentioned this. Terry from the community, he said you should do Advent of Code. Yeah, why not? Hey. Always good, right? And I think tomorrow we're going to stream the gRPC stuff for our boy Ioannis. He's probably already sleeping or something. But tomorrow we're going to finish that. We had the Docker series already, and where we just use JSON ATPP. JSON HTTP, and tomorrow we're gonna use the gRPC. Oh man, because we are having PPV, which is pay-per-view. I'm going sipping margaritas in the Dominican Republic during Christmas and New Year. I hope that's what you have. Man, that's yeah. Gorbenko, you already made it, man. If you can sip margaritas in the Dominican Republic in Christmas, man, then you're already made it. See, look at me. Look at me. The guy that claims to be a high value engineer, which is going to make you, which is assumably going to teach you how to make money while coding, will be here sitting in the evening streaming. Can you imagine that? So I clearly not made it, right? I clearly not made it. Oh, Ioannis is here. The silent snake, Ioannis. Man. Yeah, tomorrow will be gRPC. I hope if I can install proto buffers before the stream, then it's fine, because you probably will be busy. The time you will spend installing proto buffers will be longer than the time you need to implement gRPC. Trust me, proto buffers is nasty. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Let's do this real quick. What are we doing here? Action, player action. That should be a message player action. Because if we just use a player action, then we only see if he's folding. But if he's betting, we actually want to know how much he's betting, right? So we need to have this complete action in it. I think that's good. Add action and then... But if we finish this, then we did what I want to do. It is what it is. Come on, come on. Where do I need to be? Faster, faster, faster. Yalla, yalla, yalla. Get player action, action. Yes. And then. So add the action. And then we're gonna... Yeah, these I'm gonna teach you something. I'm gonna teach you something right now. I don't care. Because there are these guys, right? And I hope you're not one of them. So there are guys. Oh, you don't comment your code. And then what they do in that day job, right? So, add player action. And then they comment like this, right? Add the player action. Right? It's useless. Add action. What do you think this is gonna do? Add an action. So you don't need to comment. So what I was doing was wrong. Don't do it. Literally don't do it. Don't be that guy. Only make decent comments, right? The same thing. Why? Unless your function does something that somebody actually should know, then you should comment that. Right? I mean, handle message ready. Yeah. Just GD into the function, right? What do you think it's gonna do? It will handle the message ready. You click it, and then you see again. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see. It basically just, oh yeah, here. It sets the game state to player ready. And then you go here, GD, set player ready. Okay, it does this. And maybe, and here, your documentation, right? In case we have enough players, hence, blah, 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 blah. You see, that's... Anyway, let's continue. Too many documentation doesn't harm, right? That's true. It doesn't harm, but, I mean, don't be the guy that just... If the function is set status, and you do this, sets the status, fire him. This guy has no clue. Get him out of here. Get this guy out of here. Easy. Put him on the list. Put him on the list of the 50 people you're gonna fire. Put him. He's gonna be the first. Yeah, here the next thing we need to do is G set player action, I think. No. We're gonna say set current player turn. We could yeah. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. Can we do this? Yeah. I think there is... We need to rename this function. Instead of saying set current player's turn, I think we need to do next player or set next player or something like that. So it can increment it under the hood. Because there is no need to say that the current... This is wrong. This one. There is no need to say that, oh, the current player turn is going to be 3 from now on or something. I don't know. I think the function should... we're going to fix that. Actually, we're going to say to do for this. To do... We're going to say add ntm. This function should be renamed. No, should be... Should handle the logic of picking the next player. What's going on here? The next player internally. Because maybe the next player in the list is not the next index. That's very important to note. Hence not G current player like this, current player turn +1. Due to the fact that his status can be just connected. Alright, very important. Because now we just assume that it's the next player in the list, but it could be that one of these players are basically not connected, just connected. They didn't join the game, so we cannot deal to them. We need to pick the next one. So the function that we're going to implement here needs to handle that logic. And that's exactly, if we open up our to-do list, that's exactly... here, make sure we only deal to the players that have the ready status. Grab to do. Very simple. Grab to do. What does that mean? That you need to grab your to-dos to see which kind of shenanigans implementing this malfunction behavior. The script is function and variable names for the win. Yeah, and that's not. Sometimes I miss. Sometimes I don't do that. I know. All right. So now, everybody, if everything goes well, everybody should. Player 2. And then we're going to talk about the Twitter firings. And then we're going to eat our 20 grams of protein. And maybe search for a quick, cheap shot of dopamine. Protein, very important. Guys, protein. A lot of meat. Unless you're a vegan. If you're a vegan, you need to eat B12. Very important. If you're a vegan, fine for me. It's not optimal. You could say studies. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Shh. Vegan is fine, as long as you know why you're vegan, right? It's not bad to eat meat. It's bad that there is mass production of meat, I understand. But I think that if you have cows yourself, or you go to a butcher, where the butcher... How do you say that? Where the butcher kills the cow, and he himself, a normal cow, a free-running cow, and he kills it and he distributed the meat across people that ordered it. I think that's a good way. I think that's a good way of eating meat. Mass production, I know, but it is what it is. We cannot change that. If we go on the street and we do weird clothes on and we're going to protest, we cannot change that. That's something we need to learn to live with. It is what it is. I'm so sorry. So if you're vegan and you know why, fine for me, but you need to eat your B12. Vitamin B12. And you don't need to eat it from... You maybe can find it in your vegetables, but it's not enough. You need to supplement it. Supplement it. Very important, or otherwise your body cannot function like a normal female or male body. Especially as a male. You need to take that shit in. Believe it from me on. Believe it from me. B12. Or you're gonna look like a sack of potatoes. It is what it is. You need to have that. It's very, very important because it's the only one of the most vitamins that vegans are lacking, because you cannot. It's in meat. It's not in vegetables. Not enough. Because maybe some fact checkers. Anyway, we're gonna fold this motherfucker. Boom. Okay, but how are we gonna? Yes! Of course. It's working. You see, everybody, next player turn is 2. Of course. The 4000 is not 2, and we're gonna fix that. The 4000 is not 2, that's because he doesn't set his own status when he does that. If we fold, that's an action. Actually... we need to make a wrapper function, because we're going to have more of these functions, right? We're going to have fold, check, and if we each time need to call set status on itself, it's going to be nasty. So we need to make another to do. So we're going to say G, set current player, I mean. Set current player turn is basically G current player turn is going to be +1. So you see, this we're going to do in every single action he takes. So we need to make a wrapper function that can be, for example, perform player action, and then we say fold. And it will handle that. To do. At Antiem, that's me. Wrapper function for each. Make a wrapper function that can be used for each player action. What's going on here? Maybe I'm gonna do it like this. Fold, check, blah, 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 blah. Come on, clear. We have 10 minutes. No, we can stay longer. Now it's gonna work. I promise. I swear. I swear ya. The runes. Boom. That was already too early. But it doesn't matter. Look at this. The high value engineers. The army of the high value software engineers once again completed the task at hand on their mission of mercy. Are there any questions that you want to ask? Some concerning questions? You don't feel good or something? You have emotions you wanna share? Then share it to me. Let me release you from your demons. Demons. I can. If I don't need to talk and type, then it's all good. But if I need to talk, think, and type, then the shit hits the fan. Added player actions. I'm gonna say whip because we can. We're gonna say get push origin master. All right. If there are no questions, maybe I could ask you, what do you think about the Twitter firings? There's a lot of commotion on Twitter, right? A lot of commotion on Twitter. What do you think about that? What do you think about Elon Musk taking over Twitter? About Twitter. What do you think about the blue check? Why are people sad they got fired? And now Elon has to blame this guy. Why? What do you think about that? Let me know. It's very important because it's software engineering, right? All the tech people are fired. And not all, but a big portion. And because you guys are also in the tech space, it's very important to know because it could happen to you. Disgusting. I like it. Come on, with the plain head, I like it. 10,000 people got fired, but I like it. I don't think it's 10,000, by the way. I don't know how much, to be honest. But the thing is, guys, the thing that I want to say about this Twitter firing, is that a lot of people are complaining on Twitter. They say, "Oh, I'm fired, blah blah blah." Worked at Twitter. They want to feel good, right? Right? They want to feel good. They want to show the world that they worked for Twitter, which basically means dog shit. Because even if working for these companies means means nothing. But the thing is that people don't understand how companies work, right? And that's why they get mad. A lot of people, sometimes in my country also, people are going on the streets because some company decided, for example, that 1,000 people need to get fired. And everybody is, oh, get fired. Whoa, fired. What do we need to do? We have kids. We have mouths to feed. Of course you have mouths to feed, but if your life that is being determined by your boss, then you're a fucking slave, right? You're a slave. If you are concerned that if tomorrow you lose your job, then I would highly advise you to think about this, because that's not the way you want to live, right? If you get fired tomorrow and you're financially bankrupt, then something is pretty wrong in your life, and you need to adjust something right now, as we speak. Before, if the stream ends, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna check what the fuck is going on and why that could be a problem. Capitalism, my man. He does what he wants. Capitalism, my man. He does what he wants. Gobrenko, now who the hell is going to want to work at Twitter after the fight? Everyone, listen, guys. You're wrong. I know. Listen. I'm going to explain. There are two things, right? A company, you need to listen. A company, first of all, if you have a good... I'm going to tell you a secret. A good company, or most of the good companies, or good managed companies, they will fire 10%, 5 to 10% of their staff each year. Each and every year, they're gonna fire 10%. And that's because to make things fresh, to keep people sharp. Yeah, that's the thing. 10%. That's what they do all the time. So nobody cares about this. Nobody talks about this because they have no clue that it happened, but it happens, right? You can ask any decent entrepreneur running companies, even tech. They just gonna fire each year, no matter what happens. Maybe you're financially happy, you're financially okay, right? You're financially stable, you have money enough. They're still gonna fire 10%. Just to keep things circling. It is what it is. Trust me. You can fact check that. But listen, a company needs to make money, needs to be in profit, right? Because if it's not in profit for a very long time, if it's losing money for a certain period of time, it's going out of business, right? Listen, you need to understand that. People don't understand that, right? They think that companies run on grass or on thin air. Like, oh, I work for a company with 10,000 people working for it. They run on air. No, it isn't. They run on money, right? And if they are losing money and they don't do anything about it, then they go bankrupt. And if the company goes bankrupt, instead of 1,000 people getting fired, the whole fucking place is getting fired, right? It is what it is. So if Twitter made lost millions a day. So what do we need to do? He's not giving presents to those guys, right? You work for Twitter. He doesn't own you anything. He's the boss, right? He's the boss, and you need to listen. And if there are 100 people working, for example, in a company, and you need to fire 50%, which is 50 people, who do you think they're gonna fire? Who do you think they're gonna fire? The best? Jonathan, that is always on time. He's speaking out loud. Always stood up for himself. Never in the corner. Almost never sick. Came even working when he had COVID. You can ask this guy anything at any time, at any moment. He will always pick up his phone. And he produces when he needs to produce. And he's funny. Do you think they're gonna fire him? No, they're gonna fire him. Who are they gonna fire? James at the water cooler. Always in for a talk. Always in the back in the meetings. Never speaks for himself. Always say yes. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Slow as fuck. Always opening Facebook. 10 minutes before time, he's already watching. He's already packing his bags. It's 5. It's almost 5, boys. Time to go home. These guys are getting fired. These guys are getting fired. They're gonna fire the 50 worst people. So if you got fired, 2 things you can do. 1, you be better so you don't get fired. Or you search another job. That's what I want to say. That's my point. Because they're complaining that they are fired, but it's because they're not the best. I'm so sorry that I need to say this. I'm literally so sorry. And I got fired my whole life, trust me. I literally got fired my whole life. In almost every single company and not because of my skills, because I was unhandled. I was a fucking, how do you say that? A rascal. They couldn't handle me. Nobody couldn't handle me. I never say yes, and you know what I mean? I was always up for my opinion. And if somebody's right, he's right. But you know what I mean? That's what I want to learn you. First of all, you need to make sure you perform at your job. That's very important. Don't be the guy that's always sick. Don't be the guy that's 10 minutes before the time, 10 minutes before the end of the work, you're already packing your bags. If you don't feel to go to work, you melt sick. You say you're sick. Don't do that. Go work sick. It doesn't matter. Just do it. You know what I mean? Because people are noticing this. I have a company myself. We know I can see this. I'm not going to tell them all the time, but I know exactly what these guys are doing. I know exactly if he's sick or not. I know exactly if he's still working in the evening or not. Like Terry, for example, who's in the community, and I cannot say this enough. I could call this guy any time of the day. And I couldn't literally care. If he worked 3 hours or 4 hours a day, I couldn't care. Because I know that what he needs to do, he does. And when I needed him, he was there. And even though it could be a complex problem, and I know the code wouldn't be optimized, but he made the job done. I could give him any single task, and he didn't know how to do it, but he figured out how to do it. That's the guy that never gets fired. So you need to be the guy that will never get fired. It is what it is. You need to be self-sufficient. And if you got fired, that's a blessing. It's a blessing because time for a new adventure, right? Time for a new adventure. Stop crying. Stop posting tweets. Oh, I worked for Twitter, but they fired me. Shut the fuck up. Wipe your tears. Nobody cares. All right? Find another job. All right. Any questions? I think the CEO of Twitter tell him to fire them. The problem was, of course, that Musk didn't have a clue about the behavior of these engineers or helpful or nice. I don't think so, Johannes. I mean, Elon doesn't run this company himself, right? I mean, there are a lot of managers and other people, and they're not gonna, listen, they're not gonna fire their best engineers. Right? It is what it is. They're not gonna do that. They're not. They're gonna fire departments that are not really necessary for a certain point of time, especially in these economic things. You just try to save money. And people don't need to take this seriously. People need to understand that that's the name of the game. That's how a game gets played. That's the business life. It's either fire people or getting completely bankrupt. Corbenko, I always respond to my peers to any question or any help. But if my employee tells me to come to work sick, they will have my resignation letter the next day. Yeah, but of course, Corbenko. But I mean, there's a difference between sick and sick, right? If you have the flu and you're really, you have a fever, and sometimes you can be sick, that it's just, you just need to sit lay down in bed, right? It is what it is. We know that. If you have fever, it's nasty, right? Like I had COVID, for example, previous year. And I'm literally a guy, if I'm sick, I just go out, I just go to the gym, I don't give a shit. But I had COVID and I couldn't. I was completely knocked out, right? I was in the seat watching TV for 3 days straight, right? Then of course you don't need to go to work. That's a thing. But I mean, if you have a lot of people just don't feel like going to work, and then they will think themselves sick, if you know what I mean. They will think in their head, oh, I'm sick, but actually they could perfectly go to work, right? He fired all the managers after asking them their opinion. Oh, fuck you, it's not true, man. I don't believe that shit. Anyway, the clue of the story is that it does not matter, right? First of all, make sure you're always... Listen, again, there is no second place. Like, people always say, yeah, taking part of a game is more important than winning the game. Who the fuck is raising their kids like that? I mean, it's okay, son. You did what you could, right? It's okay, son. You take part of the game. That's much more important than winning. Man, that's not the mentality you want to learn your kids, right? Because nobody cares. Listen, the last place or the 10th place, nobody knows who these guys are, you know what I mean? If you're 10th, maybe 5th, or last, it's the same. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? Nobody knows who's the 5th place. Nobody knows who's at the 10th place. Nobody knows who's at the last place. You either have the first place or you lost. It is what it is. The first place will be remembered and all the rest not. That's what you... It sounds harsh, but that's what you need to think. If you do something, you want to be the best. Because otherwise, why would you do something, right? Why would you waste your time in doing something if you don't want to be the best in what you do? Or at least try to give yourself the best to become the best. You know what I mean? You don't need to be the best right now, but you need to try to achieve that. And maybe you will never reach it, but that doesn't matter. Because there is no competition. There is no competition. The only competition you have is yourself. You don't need to be better than your neighbor. You don't need to be better than your colleague. You don't need to lift more weights than your friend. Or you don't need to be a better Counter-Strike player than your brother. You need to make sure that you are a better coder, a better player next week than today, right? Tomorrow. You need to be better tomorrow. You need to be better next month. You need to be lifting weights. If you lift 100 pounds, the next week you go 110 and then 120. It doesn't matter what the rest is doing, right? You are your only competition. That's your barometer, or how do you say that? Lol, unless I'm dying and can't get up, it's not sick. Gorbenko. Alright, guys. If there are no questions anymore, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. We did what we needed to do. It was pretty good. A little bit of a... But hey, we managed. We managed. Thanks for watching. And for the people that are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Join the Discord channel. Check out my Patreon, where we do even more shenanigans, more exclusive shenanigans. And I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is the gRPC stream, right? I'm gonna make a nice thumbnail, and you will see that. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I see you tomorrow. Bye bye.